So we're late, but we're live. Technical difficulties with the streaming software have caused all sorts of delays here today. So apologies for that. I see nobody is actually sitting and waiting and watching anyway, so hey, you watch the playback on this one. Here we go. So we're going to pick up where we left off on this Batmobile build. In the last episode, we were missing a piece. It was this small L-shaped piece. That was a few weeks ago, or last week actually, and over this past weekend we went to one of our local bricks and minifig stores, a resale place, and they had a mystery boxes that contained a whole bunch of bulk Lego, and when you know it, inside the giant box of Lego they had the piece that we needed. So rather than wait for those pieces to arrive from Lego that we sent away for using our builder app like I demonstrated last time, we'll go ahead and continue with what we have, and hopefully we're not missing any more pieces. So let's see, let's continue on. And once again, at any point, if you're curious about this build, you have any questions, comments during the live, the chat is on. If you'd like to leave a comment after the fact, please leave a comment below and I'll try to get back to you whenever I can. So once again, for those of you that may not have watched the other parts of this live build, this is the Classic TV Series Batmobile. It's supposed to look like the one from the Adam West TV series Batman from back in the day. We purchased this one. It was, I think, the day after the release date. And we tried to get it from Lego. From Lego.com, but it went really quick. I don't know if the resellers got to it before we could or what happened, but it went away really quickly, and we ended up buying it from a bricks and minifig store nearby. And strangely enough, they didn't mark it up, so good for us. I'll show you what we got here on the as soon as you can. because it might not be around. Think about this. There's so many different Batman figurines from the Lego Batman movies and all the other sets around. This one's kind of neat because it's the blue and black cowl and the blue outfit with the cape, just like the old TV series. Now, from the first time we were missing pieces, we were missing 4 of these. So once we got those in, figured we could just continue our build. Not a problem. Well, several problems later, we finally got to continue. But who doesn't like a challenge, right? Pardon, I had to get my stickers. Now, for everybody that doesn't like the stickers, this one has 27 of them. Well, 28 if you count the big old label. First sticker we use is actually label number 25. So notice that they don't exactly run them in numerical order. If you've watched some of the other builds, or even, some of the other builds we've done, the build of the week, you'd see their little trick to where if you screw up putting on a label, how you can remove that rather easily. So check those out. So that appears to be that. All right, off to bag number 3. So a couple bonus pieces there. Be sure to check your bag for any loose pieces. Lots of those little black L pieces that we were missing earlier. I wonder if they have extras in this one. Put them in the wrong bag accidentally. Alright, got all our pieces organized. There is bag number 3. At this point, I can't really tell what's the front. If this is the front, that's the front. It'll probably become a little more obvious as we go along before we actually put the whole thing together. I think this is the front. My guess. Alright, so this one, we're going to make 6 of the same items. We'll start off with the 1. Forgot the little bag. A lot of little wedge pieces. A few little blue. I always think these look like lanterns. Little blue pieces. Alright, so we got to do that 6 times. Okay, so making more multiple pieces. 2 of these. No, the black doesn't really show up very well. So we're going to make 4 of those. Try not to go too long on this one. Or just do a couple bags. Maybe get through bag 4 today. Like I said before, it's into the teens with the bags in this one. There's 16 bags, 17 bags. So, no rush. I'm not finishing this build today. All right. It's nice when it comes together. I mean, no fun when you're missing pieces and you can't do your build and you gotta wait. But when everything starts coming together and you don't have to wait, it's a good time. So all these pieces on the side, these 4 points with the 4 hollow points on one side. The hollow go down, so the clean side's up. Same with the little blue piece. It's got one hollow hole. That goes in the down side. 18 wedge pieces. Sounds like the dog has come into the studio, wanting attention, standing here whining at me. Unfortunately, he's not a great Lego builder, so he doesn't get to help. I think it's the lack of opposable thumbs or the short attention span. Or both. So 18 of those. Alright, now we get to the reds. Looks like they go right up to the edge. Like so. Make sure those are all seated properly. Sometimes with these longer pieces, you might not get all of them pushed down all the way. There. Pretty quick bag. Alright, so we need 4 those, 8 of those, 2 of these. And that will bring us to the end of bag number 3. Pretty quick bag. Not a whole lot of little pieces. This is probably the most complicated build I've done so far. The one probably second most to this one would be the Back to the Future DeLorean. That's a large scale, but it's not as long as this one. It's probably about this long. And that's bag 3. Easy bag. Up to bag 4. Alright, no pieces in the bag. Try not to forget our little bag this time. Just need to see what the little pieces are. It almost looks like a home plate baseball, but almost. Got them in black too. A lot of unique pieces in this one. I've seen one of those. Kind of curved, faceted, with two posts. I'll mention it once again here, this neoprene desk mat, which is more like a large mouse pad if you're familiar with mouse pads. It's really nice for this Lego building. Keeps things from rolling away, plus it's not as loud as, say, using a tabletop or other hard surface. And you can get these most places that sell computer accessories. Got this one off of Amazon. It's an Amazon Basics brand. Okay, so the contents of bag number 4. A few more little pieces. And our builder app decided to die on us. Back up and running again. So I said this is most complicated. The second most was the Back to the Future DeLorean. What's your most complicated build you've done so far? Have you done the Eiffel Tower, or I don't know, the Cathedral Notre Dame? What's your most complicated? Then on the side of that, which one would you like to do? What would be your dream build? All things like money aside, if you didn't have to worry about money, what would you do? Would you do the Titanic current builds, or would you do some of the older retired builds? I don't know. I like doing the cars. So some of these larger, like the McLaren, was it the P1, the Bugatti, they're really cool. It's hard to store them and display them because they take up so much room. And these things do gather dust, so cleaning can be an issue. Unless you don't clean them. You just let them get dusty. see. There. These, see, these will go on the front. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking this is the front end. Okay. I'm going to make 2 of these. So I'll go ahead and do them both at the same time. Save us a step. Well, we'll do one at a time because they're probably going to be on opposite sides. So they'll be mirror images. Although it really wouldn't matter. No, same deal. These fit in here. So it's this piece has no studs or holes in the bottom side. It's just attached right there. That's not where I thought this was going to go. Then again, that's why we use the instructions. They just gave me a pile of bricks and said, here, make the Batmobile. It's like, yeah, right. Went a step too far. Now, question that's long debated is who is the best Batman? If you take into account all the Batmans that have ever been, it'd be a hard one to answer because we're all so very different. You had the TV Batman, Adam West. Then you've had several versions of Batman on the big screen. So that's bag 4. One little triangle piece left. Oh, what the heck. Let's do one more bag. We'll do bag 5. Looks like a pretty small bag. We'll just do one more bag and call it a day. So we're saying, who's your favorite Batman, or who did it best? Like Classic TV, Michael Keaton, George Clooney, Val Kilmer, and let's see, most recently, what's his name, Robert Patterson. Who's the best Batman? I mean, you got the Lego Batmans also. So. Which were more tongue-in-cheek. Personally, I think, just because I grew up when I did, the Michael Keaton Batman is probably my favorite. And it was kind of this dose of nostalgia in the Flash movie. They were using or dealing with the multiverse, and he ends up, well, spoiler alert, ends up with Michael Keaton's Batman instead of Ben Affleck, who I forgot about Ben Affleck. What do you think of Ben Affleck as Batman? I'd say he's my favorite. All right. Little pieces. All right, bag 5. A few more little pieces in this one. Two of these, and 5 of these. All right, I'm gonna lay out this little brick pattern. It's kind of fun. Well, let's see if we can debate who has the best, or who was the best Batman. You could also debate who had the best Batmobile. In the TV version, this one, man, that was something else back in the day. All the technology on here, all the fancy features, it was a piece of art. But then you get to like the original movie series Batmobile with the big jet engine on it, or essentially a car built around a jet engine. That was pretty neat. The tumbler from the Dark Knight series, I think that was a pretty unique vehicle. Not your typical Batmobile. I mean, that thing jump, plow through walls. And even when it crashed, again, spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't watched the movies, it crashed the thing. It still had the bat bike, or whatever you call the bike that he had, came out of it. And those were actually, I think they had a couple of them for the movie. Those were actually operating vehicles that they had to design from scratch. Just amazing. And the most recent one, the Robert Pattinson version, it was more like a normal car looking. I mean, it was definitely modified, heavily modified, but it looked more like a regular car. It did have the jet engine on it and all that, but just looked like an old beater hot rod that he had fixed up. So it's like the Bat Radio. Okay, it's got a window on top of it. So weird how they can use all these different pieces for so many different things. I mean, this would be a window in a building. And here we are throwing it in the Batmobile. And there we go. Huh. Oh, it's the mobile crime computer. That's what this is. And do you remember that from the TV series? Is everything was labeled. They always labeled things. The Bat computer. So it's, I don't know, for the criminals, so they would know what was coming at them, or it was just so they didn't have to explain things in the TV show. They put labels on it so people would just know what something was. Just read the label. Here's the mobile crime computer. There you go. Nail spreader. Label number 10. Not a great focus on it, but it's a nail spreader. It's like a booby trap deal. And it's just sitting on the front of the vehicle. So I guess like a warning label to any criminals. Beware the nail spreader. Sounds like something you'd have at like a nail salon. The nail spreader. Great potential to put that label on upside down. It goes on the opposite side of the vehicle, so be sure just follow the orientation of the part on the instructions. Otherwise you gotta take the label off, which is not that hard, it's just a pain. These two things, they would be backpacks to a minifigure. It's got the hole or the post on the body of the minifig, and that head would go on there. But these are going on the front of the Batmobile. So this piece is just snapped in so they can pivot. Doesn't look like they will be pivoting, but they can. Alright, 3 more stickers. Alright, bat chute. Parachutes, I guess. Have to go back and watch the old TV series to see where all this stuff was. They actually use it all. Alright, that's the end of bag 5. So I think we're going to leave that there for today. We've got a good chunk of the front end assembled. So there we go. This is... Oh, no, I am wrong. Check out the Builder app. I was wrong. So this is what we've done so far. Get the reflection of the lights in there. So this is what we've done so far. Kind of laid over what we've yet to do. And that is the rear end. So the nail, I guess you can't zoom in. Nails there, the bat chutes there, the mobile crime computer is there. So that's all the back end. We got the kind of the rear end assembled right now, and so much more of it to go. So this is kind of a neat thing to show you what your progress is. We're only this far into the build. Slick. So there you go. This is the rear end of the Batmobile. Very cool. So you'll have to tune in again for our next build. We pick up with bag number 6 and continue on. It's 17 bags in this build. Long ways to go. So thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Until then, so long.